Me seeing Kanye trending on my phone again. Mum said I could have 2 Oreos before bedtime instead of 1. This spot reserved for people that trek at babies. If you want things to get better, you have to make some changes. Shocked hissing. No, we can't release the season all at once because we want people to keep talking about our show for a longer time. Here's a whole season, bro. You can do whatever the duck you want with it. When you stop masturbating and have sex for the first time. Look, ma, no hands. Seeing a classmate on the same Google Doc at 2 AM. When you ask a simple question at work and it turns into a meeting. Scientist explaining the importance of good sleep. Me at 3 AM watching him explain. Gigantic dinosaur footprints are found on the roof of a cave 75 million years ago. How I'm feeling singing both parts of American Boy. When you try on clothes without your makeup and hair being done. Americans will use literally any other form of measurement than metric. Windows 7. I'm giving you easy to use system, convenient customization, video editing program, cool widgets, and some games. Windows 11. To use the computer, you need a Microsoft account. And now, agree to share your data with advertisers. You don't even get Microsoft Paint or WordPad. When Usain Bolt finishes in 9.8 seconds. When I finish in 9.8 seconds. Uber Eats and DoorDash fighting over who could deliver my McDonald's fries the coldest for $58.92. C. Your body is 70% water, and dad is thirsty. Me going to an exam with 98% confidence and 2% knowledge. I left my kid a carefully wrapped present at his bedroom door for his birthday. I love him. Gentlemen, it is with great pleasure to inform you that I lasted longer than the guy in the video. For just 50 cents, you could save a child's life. Best I can do is 25 cents. Bus drivers when they see each other. Pilots when they see each other. Friend, are you ready for the test? Me, what test? I was doing my homework. Friend, what homework? Everybody. Can you not be an abuser, sex offender, con artist, garisser, or bigot? Everybody. YouTubers. For 5 minutes. Always check your child's homework. To relax, my mom likes to drink tequila and sing. Self-proclaimed straight guys on their way to say some of the gooeyest shit possible to their homies. Success is simple, you just have to put in the effort. I couldn't agree more. I got to the top entirely through my own hard work and tenacity, and paid labor. The customer is always right. No, the customer is always right in matters of taste. Me sacrificing my career for 8 extra minutes of sleep. There is freedom of speech, but I cannot guarantee freedom after speech. Can you imagine how heat I'd be if I ate right and took care of my body? I'm not gonna do it, but can you imagine? Gonna tell my kids this was Avengers Endgame. Out of shape personal trainers in the gym. I guide others to a treasure I cannot possess. That awkward moment when you've already said what 3 times and still have no idea what the person said, so you just agree. Me train a workout at home. You've never seen a Korean man with a full beard. Shut up, I'm sleeping. I hate dad. I hate dad. I hate dad. It's impossible to accuse someone of being judgmental without being judgmental. Until we meet again. 3 minutes 26 seconds. 3 minutes 27 seconds. 3 minutes 28 seconds. So why do you want to work here? Because I need the money. Why do you need the money? To pay my rent and buy food. When you wanna rage, but you remember that you're broke. Janitors when people are going to watch the Minecraft movie, knowing they are gonna throw popcorn everywhere. I'm at my limit. When someone tells you life is full of ups downs, where are the ups? Where are they? Someone from 2010, when you tell them that electric cars are more prominent in 2025, but people from the left hate and torch them. Also telling people from 1980 that American conservative groups in 2025 love and defend Russia in its attempt to revive the USSR. Me going back to wearing a bulk t-shirt after wearing literally any other color. Write your girlfriend a love letter. She gets drunk and reviews it as poor quality. When someone plays with your belly button ring. When you suggest going to some place like the beach or camping in a national forest for a vacation to a Disney adult. It's the best. Nothing has ever been seen like this in the history of our country. Me started working out consistently once a month. A year should have 13 months. What if we had 13 months instead of 12? Every month would be exactly 28 days. The first would always be a Monday, and the 28th would always be a Sunday. Every month would have exactly 4 weeks instead of 4.257, and we would properly align ourselves with the cycle of the moon. What the duck did my friend just order? British people proudly call this nuts and bolts, or some shit. You received a like. Don't keep your potential match waiting. Become a premium member to find out who they are and match today. Even in the fog of war, a tank is still visible. Men can understand all these gauges, but not their woman. Well, they actually tell us what's wrong. So well, this guy's going straight to hell. Me after getting home from anywhere. Wife, I want to donate my clothes to people who are starving. Husband, anyone who fits into your clothes is surely not starving. Husband, wife. I have 2 problems in life. Difficulty sleeping, difficulty waking up. My boyfriend yelling at me for being drunk. Me trying to remember where I've seen him before. Everyone, don't do that. Me, that teacher hypes up class party all year. The party, the underpaid teacher who bought it with its own money. Me trying to remember the new password I just changed 5 seconds ago. I went to a Russian sales website and saw this product. I don't understand Russian at all, but I think it was a vacuum cleaner, and I bought it. The only sentence I could translate was that it cleans within a radius of 30 meters. The secret to my strong immune system. We've just overthrown the government of Brazil. We apologize to those who have been served a misleading message from a fake Twitter account. We have not overthrown a government since 1954. In the UK, they ban knives. In the USA, they make TV shows about people who make knives at home. What unrealistic things in movies bug the hell out of you? They remove headrests from cars so you can see the actors better. When you're about to eat Mexican food and you know somebody else will clean your ace. This is why I love the internet. Me getting an A+ on a blood test I didn't study for. Doing it that way won't work. Me after it works. Me when I'm 80. Ah ha ha, good one SpongeBob. Me in the shower waiting for the heat water. When you get a used textbook and see the previous student's notes. I like keeping my metabolism on its toes. Like what's it gonna be today? Complete starvation or 6,000 calories? Psychopaths. Serial killers. People who sleep with no pillows. Oh my god, I dreamt my crush asked me out last night. My dreams. Dad's pretending to not hear the kids come in the room at 5 AM and wake up mom. When your cold finally clears and you can breathe out both nostrils again. Aliens land in China. We come in peace. I wonder what these cucumbers taste like. Me after saying the most unhinged insane thing ever. Nobody. Girls in kids drawings. It's kinda scary how many licenses Patrick qualifies for. Proof that men are terrible at hide and seek. Alright, my sleep cycle is ducked. I'll just stay up all night and go to sleep early the next evening to fix it. Easy. Me at 10 AM. Inside you, there are two wolves. When the remote is not working. Me and my bullshit coming to brighten your day. Hey lil mama, lem whisper in your ear, tell you something you might like to hear. Enjoying my smoothie on this wonderful afternoon. Mother ducker drinking the void. Don't even lie, everyone wanted to taste this jelly patty after watching this episode. Having 10 hours of sleep on a Monday. Having 3 hours of sleep on a Saturday. Watching your supervisor freak out over something that you mentioned would be a problem months ago. When your boss asks you to do one last thing on Friday at 5 PM. My pleasure. How your supervisor watches you at work. I can't find a man who meets my standards. I don't meet the standards of the men who meet my standards. Students who memorize everything. Schools. Students who are good at problem solving. Students who are good at creative and critical thinking. Excuse me ma'am, but your pronouns are showing. Tail lights are important while riding a bicycle on a dark road. They say the first step is the hardest, but it's actually the third step, right before your balls go in the water. How Dad used to read our report card. Disney is halting the production of live-action remakes after the failure of Snow White at the box office. You all owe Rachel Zegler an apology. She saved the world. How rich people get rich. Hard work. Hardworking poor people. Einstein. Time is relative. People in Alabama. A woman that can cause drama and stop a wedding on Saturday is needed. Payments is 2k. Make it 3k and I will bring 2 kids that resemble the groom. That's why babies are born without teeth. Australian man caught sea monster with no eyes and a mouth full of sharp teeth. I feel like Australia is where the devil keeps his pets. I'm is the shortest sentence in the English language. Yes, but I do is the longest sentence. The results have been published. Take a look at them. Okay dad. If you fail one subject, send me good morning dad. If you fail 2 subjects, send good morning dad and mom. Good morning dad, mom, whole family and neighbors also. Me, have you seen my hoodie? You mean our hoodie? Me. It's cheat day, eats cake. Me, sleeps with her sister. We listen and we don't judge. The face I'm listening with. I want you to eat me out, choke me and call you daddy. How down are you? Me. I will ignore him all day, so he knows I'm mad. What a nice quiet day. My 72-year-old mother just informed me she is going to her first Slex party and doesn't know what to bring. After some delicate questioning, gender reveal. Mom, it's called a gender reveal. When someone compliments you and you don't know how to react. Musicians. What if nobody wants to listen to it? Podcasters. Yeah. So I'm at the supermarket the other day and the cashier is really taking her time. Oh shut. I hate that bro. Yeah. And I mean I've got ice cream right on the conveyor belt and she knows it. Oh shut. I hate that bro. How I feel when they say I look like my father. When you trying to be a ray of sunshine, but people keep testing you. Indie game devs. Be our guest. Be our guest. AAA devs. Now shut up and eat your garbage. When you're cold, but a little heat, so you stick the feet out. My 13-year-old cousin asked my boyfriend, who's a teacher, how he sleeps at night knowing he's given people homework. Who exactly are airport shops for? Like imagine going oops, forgot to grab a Prada bag and a Rolex that I totally need for my flight. Me up at 3 AM after I finished a good TV series and now I'm just googling the cast. So how do you like your below jobs? You ever put a shoe in a dryer? That feeling when you accidentally FaceTime your friend and he answers. Plans for the weekend: cleaning, exercising, socializing, learning a new skill. Me on a Sunday night achieved none of it, scrolling my phone in bed, surrounded by snack wrappers. I can say I'm Batman or Spider-Man, but not Herman. Me taking my peep out of the toilet. My father in his 20s. Me in my 20s. Oh no, back pain. Me once a month versus me every day. 1 hour of studying. 100 man-word chapter. A single snowflake hits the ground. Literally everyone. Landlords hate him. Use this trick to never pay rent again. It's scientifically proven. If you're not transphobic, you get hotter as you age. Tell your friends. This is a ref boy. This is a trans girl. This is a trap. The only thing they have in common is the ability to break your ducking shins. 4chan in seals. When a trans person exists. The nerve of some people. Wow, I don't know how to respond to what you just said. So I will call you an incel. Because having sex is the only unit of value I understand. I want to resign. I can't afford to resign now. I must save money. Prices are getting higher and higher. I need a better paying job. Only bad politics and news all the time. Money is tough. Opens up Reddit for memes. Rage comics are back. Walks into a straight bar. Walks out of a guy bar. When your mom's car with Bluetooth pulls into the garage and the audio cuts out on the freaky video you're watching. Scientists after figuring out making vanilla essence from beavers and O's instead of vanilla. When your too problematic home is with opposing extremist views meet for the first time. People keep pirating our unfinished games. Say we'll stop making games. Give them a sob story. Release a full working game. Gaming companies after spending less than a minute switching men and women with body types A and B, and all the non-player characters still use he or him, or she or her. Medal of right side of history. When you're about to cram, but you forgot to grab some tissue paper before. Sometimes, you gotta get your hands dirty. You have money, and can't get a sniff. I have worms, and the hoes still throw it at me. We are not the same. Life status, relating to a diagnosis by Daffy. Are you crazy? Legally, no. There's not a word for my condition. All of my good personality traits looking to my vengeful side that I'm gonna turn into in just one more inconvenience. French fries. Potatoes served in the French manner. My diet. McDonald's bringing back snack wraps this year. When you run through 3 walls and the human was only shaking a bag of croutons. Lube up the head and don't screw too hard. I don't want you busting a nut. Me, sorry, it exploded. Homeschooled kids. School shooters. I bought my husband a new wallet probably 5 months ago. He has no desire to switch over to it yet. The left is his current wallet. My dad has done the same thing. Men, is this a universal thing? Do you have a hard time giving up the old, faithful, falling apart wallet? When someone says my partner instead of my boyfriend or my girlfriend. Disney creating a movie so terrible that nobody will even bother pirating it. Dad, did you go to the same school as me? Yes, the same school as you, only 35 years ago. Why do you ask? Well, Mrs. Johnson said today that she hasn't seen an idiot like me in 35 years. Charging my doorbell with my couch. Imagine explaining this to someone in the 1970s. When you cooking and the recipe say chill in the fridge for an hour. Here we have a cougar in her natural habitat performing a common feeding ritual before selecting her prey. 2005. Alright, I'll try World of Warcraft for a bit. 2018. That game snacks. When I keep changing my voice every time I get rejected by the blind girl, but her service dog recognizes me. Nintendo. Me finally coming to terms with games being $70. Have you ever noticed the popularity of right robots? The reason for these shades of technological right may be recess, according to new research. Now imagine spray painting the robot's bulk. CNN headline becomes, "Owning bulk robots may be a sign of being pro-slavery." A TikTok was circulating, claiming that turmeric powder baths help remove fleas and people tried it. Turns out it does work, but it also dyes your cat yellow. Size of the bees this year. My grandpa owns an onion farm and occasionally decides to take naps in the middle of the field. This man won at life. How I look at people after saying the most voluntarily idiotic sarcastic thing possible. They'll think I'm actually stupid. My stomach at 2 AM when I want sleep. You actually want food. Saurus, Greek meaning of lizard used in many names for extinct reptiles. Basilosaurus, an ancient whale. Its sundeers are often heat messes that really just need help getting their life organized. The one therapist that exists in all of anime when they find out there are hundreds of them. Playing old games because I like old games. Playing old games because I've never played them before. Based does not automatically mean good. If those kids could read, they'd be very upset. Boomers hating on Gen Alpha Entertainment. Me, knowing they watched Howdy Doody religiously. Eating chocolate. Learning about the history of chocolate. Learning how corporations are able to sell chocolate so cheaply. 2019 being 5 years ago, me still mentally processing 2016. Get computer. Download Steam. Spend 20 minutes doing captchas and never getting in. Spend 20 minutes doing captchas and never getting in.